Valley Forge is most known for death, where somewhere between 1,500 to 3,000 soldiers died due to exposure, starvation, and disease. However, Valley Forge should also be known for a moment of change within the revolution. At Valley Forge, soldiers were able to get the correct training they needed from Baron Frederick von Steuben. With his drill training, he was able to advance the Continental Army militarily. At Valley Forge, the soldiers also learned of the French alliance and were able to celebrate that and face a renewal of spirit. This renewal of spirit gave soldiers the momentum they needed to go on to reclaim Philadelphia. Students visiting Valley Forge can see Washington's headquarters and the Muhlenberg Brigade huts. Seeing these huts gives students an understanding of how the soldiers lived. Valley Forge is also a great way to get to know General George Washington. During his time at Valley Forge, Washington was faced with opposition inside of the Revolution. Other commanders were seeking his removal, but he instead persevered along with his soldiers to create a pivotal moment in the Revolution. In Remember Valley Forge, Mary Sally Mattilla writes about the serious peril the Continental Army faced at Valley Forge. Mattilla even states that the Continental Army had more problems from lack of resources than from the enemy. General George Washington was able to win the Coast War, however, and prevail militarily. One of the best parts of visiting the Valley Forge National Historic Park, besides the fact that it's free, is its look into the roles of women in the camp. Martha Washington spent 4 months in Valley Forge with at least 400 other women. Many highborn women joined their husbands during winter. Although George Washington considered some of these women a nuisance, they actually helped the camp survive. These wives of lesser status helped by doing laundry, mending clothes, cooking, and doing camp chores, and helped nurse soldiers back to health. Many of the upper class women entertained each other and threw parties, keeping morale up in the encampment. Valley Forge, a once small farmland, became a small city. These women followed their husbands in part for companionship and safety. For example, Rebecca Biddle fled the British Army in Philadelphia and joined her husband with her 2-year-old son, according to Art Carey in Looking for the Women of Valley Forge. The Valley Forge National Historic Park also does a sort of reenactment. Rangers and volunteers dress in period clothes and give visitors a glimpse of life at the camp. They also have hands-on interactive activities for students, with the Continental Army exploring the diversity, sacrifice, and perseverance of the encampment participants. It is a place I've always wanted to visit, and given the chance, I would love to take my students. Field trips give students more than just a reading or a date or a name. It is something they can see, touch, and feel. Field trips give students the opportunity to visually place themselves in history. My principal has a sign in her office that says, tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, but involve me and I will learn. By giving students experiences they won't forget, they will learn more out of it and possibly find a new interest.